Hello everyone, my name is Keisha Bowie and I am coming to you on a recorded video for Closet Talk by Keisha Bowie. As explained before in I think it was my last video that I did, I do have AT&T internet and it is not exactly always my friend, so I decided to do a video and I'm gonna upload it to my Instagram, my Facebook personal blog page, and I'm gonna upload it to YouTube. Now, Closet Talk, for anybody that's just joining in that has never saw Closet Talk before, Closet Talk is where we discuss real life things that people don't normally talk about because they're shy or they're afraid and stuff, and that people might judge them or whatever. But here we don't do that. Now, normally I do come to you live from the closet, but I am coming to you from my room because of I'm talking about a topic today that we cannot hide in the closet. It is so important. And we're going to be talking about children don't ask to come here. Now, one of the things that I am going to say that I often state in my videos, I am not a doctor, no nurse, no psychiatrist. I am not a counselor. I am not a therapist. I just talk to you about different things that I went through in life and that helped me to get to this place. And hopefully it'll help you too. So you'll see that you're not alone. Right now, we are at the last time I checked, like 1,546 Facebook followers. For Instagram, I have 966 followers, and for YouTube, I have 7. So I want to thank anybody who has ever watched, shared, liked, followed, my pages and everything. I appreciate you. But I'm going to go ahead and jump into the topic. Children don't ask to come here. Now, what I want to say is that at some point, no matter what your situation is right now, at some point you were on good terms with the person that you got with, that you had a child or children with. Now, we all must agree on that. And then sometimes things happen, when relationships fall apart. People tend to do this thing. Now, men and women, we're going to talk about. People tend to do this thing where they tend to want to be along the spiteful end. So now what I want to say over experience, because right now I am 42 years old. I'll be turning 43 in May. Experience in life has taught me that no matter what a person has done you have to get to a point to where you have to see things where it should be about the kids, because when things fall apart, relationships often turn into a spiteful battle, and it's not about the children. So anyway, moving on, when these relationships fail and there are children involved, the next thing that people often tend to do is, I'm not going to pay child support because it's going to benefit the other parent. Like he or she might go get our hair done or something like that, or she's going to buy something new for herself, or crazy things along that line. But the thing is, these people who do that, there are men and women who do that. So don't just say that the guy does that. There have been women that do this thing too. They'll constantly quit jobs and stuff. They'll risk going to court because down here in Louisiana, like New Orleans, the system is so lax to, I'm not gonna lie to you. I see why they constantly quit jobs and stuff like that. They could get away with it unless they have the type of job that deals with them using a license that they need a license specifically for. Then they might want to act a little responsible. But for the most part, it's court appearances and stuff. Refuse to make payments and stuff like that. And again, you're not necessarily hurting that parent. What you're doing is being spiteful towards your children. And then the people, again, men and women who do this, they don't see and comprehend that eventually over time, those arrears do add up and they are coming for you. So it's like, the time of trying to get by, get over and stuff, it's really, it's not that serious. And then for the other parent, that parent is going to find a way to do for the children anyway. So it just really doesn't make any sense. Now, some females will do this. They have males too, but this is mainly females. A lot of females will do this thing to whereas, because the person has hurt them, like, again, from personal experience, I haven't gotten cheated on while I was pregnant, but I have witnessed it. And because, he cheated on the female, she would lash out and, wouldn't let the child come over. So anyway, I don't believe in that. You shouldn't do that. I don't care what the person has done you personally. Let the children go now. There are special circumstances that I believe in. Now, if the person has done something to physically hurt the child, then has sexually hurt them, then I say no. I wouldn't send that child. I'm sorry. Again, like I say, there are special circumstances. And then there are people that do this thing to whereas they have these children and then they want to spend time with kids when it's convenient for them. Like, if it's your time and time is set aside, things have been arranged, it's, and if you get these children like every other weekend, something like that, then there's no reason why you can't do what you want to do in your fun and leisure time while you don't have them. When it's your time to have them, why not have them? They're children. They did not ask to come here. You have to do this thing where you have to sit down and, you know, be responsible. That's your thing. They do have, we're going to talk about court order visitation. Now, some people get their children. When they get their children, they'll get the child, but then they'll throw the child on the wife, the girlfriend, the grandmother, the whoever. And, as long as there's special situations. Like if the person is honestly working a job on that time, then it's understandable that you're going to find somebody to watch your child. But if you're not working, you just don't want to be bothered. Every time you look around, you're throwing, that child on your wife or whoever, then it begins to be a problem. And I'm the type of person, I spent a lot of time by my grandmother. So that's one thing that, I was the type of person I couldn't let fly. Like, meaning, it's your time, it's court ordered, it's designated, spend time. Or either, don't get them at all. Don't do it as a, the step parent turns parent and a parent turns step parent, reverse roles swap. So again, don't do that to the children. They didn't ask to come here. No matter what you feel towards, the mama or whoever or the daddy, don't do that. So I want to say too, you gotta be supportive of your children. Okay, even when it wasn't weekends, for me with my children, this is the way I saw it. Okay, I'm bringing them to practice. So I'm sitting up here, I'm showing up, I'm actually bringing you to practice. If I'm sitting there through practice, you don't think I want to see the outcome of the game? So when it used to not be my weekend, what I used to end up doing, I used to still go. I would clean up on a Friday when they would leave, and then I would Saturday would be their game time or whatever, and then Sunday would be my chill time. But I showed up because you're doing right. Brought you to practice. I want to see the ending thing. And then, like I said, if I had children, I would make them feel wanted. I would, if they did something, guess what? I'm all in. So the only thing that used to bother me, and I'm gonna tell y'all something, no matter if somebody does this to you, like even though it's not your time and they make plans, they tell the child something, oh, well, I have to work. See if your mama could bring you back to my place. Don't sit up there and don't be spiteful to the child just because they're doing something to be childish. That's your children. Again, they did not ask to come here. I don't care whether it's your turn or not. You don't leave your children stuck out just because somebody is not being fully responsible during their time that they have, assigned with the children. Um, I want to say this because this is sensitive, and this is why I might lose some people at uh, bitter souls. I'm going to talk about bitter souls. Now, this is the thing. People would do things to whereas when they're mad, when they're bitter, they're upset, they hate the other parent, they will tend to say things that are hurtful and not true to the child. And I don't know if you've ever had a child to tell you something that was said about you, more or less you slept with somebody and that really didn't happen. That's a real life example. But no matter if that happened to you, one thing that you do not do, and I don't care whatever tea you have, I don't care how many people the person cheated on you, whatever, don't you dare sit there and tell no child nothing like that. What you do, you be the bigger person, and you don't tell a child nothing. You just tell them, okay, in my case, I answered it was not true, and I just left it at that. And what I did say was, I'm not going to put you in a position to where you have to decipher between what that person said and what I said. If it's true or not, I'm not going to do that to you. I just it hurts, like, even to have to do that, put more pressure on a child. But when you have children too, like, they need to be taken care of physically, financially, emotionally, all of these things. I want to tell you, that's so important. I don't care what you have going on with the parent. You have to understand that if you're going tick for tat with that parent, and I'm going to just put it like this: if you're the type of parent that have to do everything, for your children, you the runner, you the doctor, the barber shop, the dentist, the hospital, any type of things, they need surgeries, going back and forth to football band and stuff like that. I'm gonna tell you one thing: don't waste your energy, and you're the one that's mainly doing everything. You're showing up. I don't care if it's days that's not your days or whatever. Don't keep documentation. Don't go back and forth with that person. They didn't show up, that's fine, right? That keep a notebook. Keep that notebook, come in handy. Keep a notebook. I don't care if you're up there in the numbers. Keep that notebook, but save your energy, child, because them children need to be taken care of. And like I said again, there are men that really out here taking care of their children, and there are women that walk away and put these men in positions too. So you can't say it's just one sex over the other. um this is a big one. Okay, I have a daughter that's 21, and then I have two boys that's 15 and 16. When they were younger, I did not know anything about football and stuff like that. But guess what? Since they're boys, they're playing it, you better get yourself together and go support, even if you don't know. And one thing I want to say with girls, I admire the men of today, because I see a lot of videos where men are taking care and combing, their daughter's hair and stuff like that. And I think that is so cute and so pretty. I've had instances where I'm not the best hair comber, but I can do a ponytail. My daughter hated when I combed her hair, but I could do a ponytail. So while I was in the process of teaching her how to wash her hair, shampoo her hair, and do different things like that, my bonus kid, I asked the person, could you come over? Could you help learn how to do a ponytail? The answer was no. Don't argue with nobody. Don't do nothing like that. It's just you as a person. You're the opposite sex of this child. Get there and learn how to do stuff. Show that you're into it, so that they will see. And again, you need your help. You need your help. So do not argue with people. Do not go back and forth. Do not do all of these ridiculous things. Like I said before, you know, um, document. Document it. And children do not remain children long. So what I want to say about that, that child, like, again, I have 21, a 16, and a 15-year-old, and the bonus one is now 18. But time goes by, and all this time that you do, like, all that pushing and pushing and pushing responsibility on somebody else, you don't tell your children nothing bad about the other person. Don't do all of that, because in the end, what that does is all that rumors, lies, and stuff like that. It ends up, over time, the children will see what's going on, and if you play a hand up in that, all you're gonna do is make them have extra hate than what they already hate. So don't do that. You pray. You gotta pray for people. Like, when you know better, you do better, honestly. So you have to pray. You gotta really pray and ask God to make you a better person. So when they are doing things to go low on you and stuff, you gotta stay up there, and you gotta stay focused and stuff. Like, you got kids to raise, and in my case, I'm disabled. So all this running back and forth and going to the doctor and this and that, that's why I need my energy for. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't argue with nobody that has no real like meaning towards your life. Like that's not really contributing towards your life. So pray, let that go, and just write down everything. If you gotta fuss with that notebook when you're writing down when they don't show up or whatever, that's fine. Let that go. But you just be a bigger person, and just always remember that they're not gonna be children long. And you as the parent, I don't care if you the man or the woman that's mainly been in a children's life and that's doing everything and showing up and being consistent, solid, responsible, is your actions that's going to speak volumes in these children's lives. You could buy, bribe, do all of these things just as a means of trying to play, make up for stuff that you've done without actually putting the time in, the counseling, the work and stuff. Because I'm going to tell you something to anybody that might say, they don't have money. I don't either. What I have is love. Lots of love to give, my action and my time and my consistency, and just being there. Like if anything, like the my therapist did tell me, my counselor, he did say that when you are the present parent, you may have it rougher. That present parent that they know that's going to be there, that's not going to never disappoint them, they'll be a little rough to that parent because they know that they're gonna be there. It's the one that's not actually there, they'll kiss their behinds, do everything else. So just don't worry about it. Pray, let it go, and give it to God. And I really thank y'all for whoever watched this video. And this is not geared towards, oh, this person is a terrible mother or this person is a terrible father. No, you do what you have to do on your end. You don't have time for that foolishness to be, trying to decide on who's bad or who's not. Don't worry about that. Do the best that you can do. Y'all have a blessed one, and until next time, thank y'all and be blessed.